Welcome to the next session. In this session, we are going to see the length of a vector and the distance between two vectors. So before that, we can just go through the dot product and cross product once again. So if we have two vectors x, y like this, and the angle between these two vectors is theta. Okay, then the dot product can be represented like this: x dot y is equal to norm of x into norm of y into cos theta. Okay, so what dot product actually says that how much collinear or how much they move in the same direction. That's what the dot product says. Okay, so when the dot product is maximum when both the vectors are going on in the same direction. And the norm of x cross y. Okay, when you take the cross product of two vectors, we will get another vector, and the norm of that vector is equal to norm of x into norm of y into sine theta. Okay, so what cross product means that how much perpendicular these two vectors are. Okay, so that it represents the orthogonality of these two vectors. And x dot y is maximum when theta is equal to 0. That is, you can find that this cos theta is maximum. Cos theta is maximum when theta is equal to 0. Okay, then when it becomes cos theta becomes 0 when it is 90. Theta is equal to 90. That is when it is perpendicular. Okay, so that means that these two vectors are going in the same direction, its dot product will be maximum. Okay, and the cross product, when you take the cross product, it will be maximum when this theta is equal to 90. Okay, so then this will be perpendicular to each other. Then the cross product gives another vector which is perpendicular to the operand vectors. So suppose x cross y gives you z like this. Z is perpendicular to the xy plane. And the z, norm of z is equal to norm of x into norm of y into sine theta. So that is the length of z. Okay, so for your clarity, we can say like this, it is equivalent to this norm of z is actually equivalent to the area of the parallelogram made by this vectors. This is y and this is x. And when you find the area of this parallelogram, this that will be equal to the norm of z. Okay, and the direction of z is always perpendicular to both x and y. Actually, we don't want cross product here, but just we looked at it, that's all. And what is the relation between inner product and length of a vector? Okay, so inner product induces a norm or the length of the vector. So we can write like this: the norm of x is equal to root of the inner product. Okay, the inner product representation is like this within the angle bracket we are giving. So we can write it like this: the norm of x is equal to root of the inner product. Okay, and based on the inner product we are taking, this value will change, or the length of the vector will change. If you take dot product as the inner product, it will be like this: root of x transpose x, and that will give you the L2 norm. Okay, or the Euclidean distance. For example, when you take x is equal to 1, 1, the vector 1, 1, then norm of x is equal to root of x transpose x, that will give you a root 2. Okay. Then not every norm is induced by an inner product. That means we, in order to find out the norm, we have different kind of norms. We have L1 norm, then we have LP norm, and we have infinity, like that. Okay, so that it varies. Okay, if you use dot product as the inner product, we will get L2. So if we use some other inner product, we may get L1, like that. Okay, so not every inner product gives L1 norm, or not every inner product gives you L2 norm. So that constraint is not there. Okay, Then we have to look at the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality that relates the inner product and the norm of the vectors. Okay, so the absolute value of the inner product of x and y is always less than or equal to the norm of x into norm of y. Okay, that is what Cauchy-Schwarz inequality says. That is the inner product. Take the inner product of x and y, take its absolute value, that will always be less than or equal to norm of x into norm of y. So we can reach this equation by taking this value like this: x norm of xy is equal to norm of x into norm of y into cos theta. So from this we can reduce to this inequality. Okay, so for the time being we are leaving out the proof. So remember, the norm of two vectors is always less than the product of their lengths. Okay, sorry, inner product of two vectors are always less than the product of their length. Okay, then inner product and norm. For different inner product, the norm will be different. That's what we said earlier. For example, x is equal to 1, 1. We take the dot product as the inner product and we get the value like root 2. Okay, norm of x will be root 2. It is actually the Euclidean norm or Euclidean distance. Then if we choose another function as an inner product, okay, we take x transpose ax as the inner product and assume a is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 1. Okay, then inner product of x comma x will give you like this 1 1 and multiplies x transpose ax will give you 1. Okay, so then find the difference. When you take a dot product as the inner product, the length of the vector as root 2, and when you change the inner product, we choose another inner product, the length is 1. Okay, so that means that the length of the vector or the norm of the vector changes with the inner product that we choose. Okay, so for different inner products, the norm of the vector will be different. Then distance and metric. Distance between two vectors, how do we calculate? It is calculated like this: distance of d of xy is equal to norm of x minus y, which is equal to the root of the inner product of x minus y, x minus y. Okay, here x minus y is a vector. So the norm of x minus y is equal to square root of the inner product of x minus y, x minus y. Okay, so that means that if you have two vectors like this, here we have x and here you have y. So this x minus y, okay, so this will be x minus y vector. Okay, so this is again a vector, x minus y is a vector. And what is the length of this vector? So that can be calculated as the inner product of these two vectors. Okay, square root of the inner product of x minus y. Okay, that is the definition for distance. If we use the dot product as the inner product, then d is called the Euclidean distance because it will give you the L2 norm. So it is called the Euclidean distance. Then distance and metric, the mapping d from v cross v to r and xy to d of xy is called a metric. Okay, it's a function that is mapping this two vectors to a real number again. Then a metric d satisfies the following: d is positive definite, and that means d of xy should be greater than or equal to 0 for all xy belongs to v, and d of xy is equal to 0 when x and y are same, both x and y are same. Okay, that is the distance between two vectors. It should be always greater than 0. It should give a positive value, and it can be 0 when both the vectors are same. And d is symmetric. That means a distance from x to y and y to x both should be same for all xy belongs to V. And triangle inequality means like this: d of xz less than or equal to d of yz plus d of xy. That means if you have a vector like this, x, this is x and this is y, and suppose this is z. Okay, so the distance between xy is this. Okay, distance from xy. Then this is x minus y. This is d of xy, and this is d of yz, and it should be the sum of these two should be greater than the third one, d of xz. Okay, so triangle inequality always says that the side of a triangle, two sides of a triangle, take the sum of two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. Okay, that's the same thing we are stating here also. The distance between two vectors, the sum of the distance between these two vectors should be greater than the distance between x and z. That is a triangle inequality. And that is all about